You know, guys, I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To create videos is my real test. Wait a minute, this sounds familiar. That's right, guys, we have a Pokemon mod that is awesome and fun to play. The mod is called Pokecube Revival by Pat Nevis. This is a accumulation of a bunch of different mods that was made by this guy, and they all pertain to the Pokecube name. This is what you are going to come into as soon as you put the mods into your folder and open up the game. What you're going to get are the first starter Pokemon that you can choose right away, instead of having to catch them off anywhere in the world. So you don't have just a few starter like Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. You also have a couple of the other starters from the later games, the 2nd gen, and I believe you have the 3rd gen, the 4th gen, the 5th, and it just keeps going on and on here. Now I'm personally going to choose Charmander because he was my first and he is my favorite of all time when I used to play the little handheld Game Boy Pokemon Red game back in the day. So I'll go ahead and grab Charmander. Now I get a Pokédex, and you can already see a lot of Pokemon all around right now. You get a Pokédex, 10 Pokecubes, a bag, and you get your Pokemon right away. As soon as you open up the Pokédex, you're going to get this little message that you have a reward available, and to click the blue light to get it. So we'll go ahead and click the blue light. And after you click the blue light, you're going to realize that you get a couple things when you do that. You get 10 Pokecubes that you can use to catch Pokemon around the world, and then you get 3 books that'll help you with your new adventures catching Pokemon. One of them's the actual guide, then you have a genetics. I haven't really messed around with this one too much, and then you have your Pokemon and you. Kind of like a general set of rules of how to take care of your Pokemon, mostly when dealing with them outside of the Pokecube. So here's the thing, you could be able to go ahead and grab your Charmander if you got Charmander and let him out of the Pokecube, and then he pops out and you're like, alright, he's gonna follow me around. Thing is, you need to take care of this little guy, so what you're gonna need to do, he's on follow right now. If I go ahead and right click him, it's gonna show a bunch of stuff right here. It might seem a little confusing, but don't worry, it's not that bad. All you need to know is that Pokemobs need berries in order to survive. So if you have them out of the Pokecube for a while and you're telling them to do stuff, you're telling them to battle, you need them to have these berries in order to not suffer hunger. And they got these little cool things where you can have them stand or sit, you can have them be on guard, or you have them follow or stay. Here's the other cool thing. If you actually wanted to have more than one Pokemon out at one time, you can do that. If you have, so I have 2 right here, Burmy and Charmander. All I have to do is let Charmander out, and then I can let Burmy out. The other cool thing is I can use both of them to attack Pokemobs around, but I would not recommend that right away. The reason I would not recommend that is because it's hard enough just trying to control and train one Pokemob. And believe me when I say this, your Pokemob is going to die a lot. And when your Pokemon dies, these guys will start attacking you. And when starting out in the game, nothing is more depressing than getting beaten by a bunch of Rattatas. So I'd recommend gearing up, striking down a bunch of Rattatas in order to get some berries. Once you have some berries, go ahead and plant them into trees, just like you would any other crop when you place them down in a row. This will ensure your Pokemob has plenty of food to survive his hunger while out of the Pokecube, and he will be able to face other Pokemobs. But that's not all you need to worry about. What happens if you were able to get a bunch of berries and you faced another Pokemob and your Pokemob still died? You can do one of 2 things. You can either craft a Poke Center like this, place it down, go ahead and go into it, put your Pokemob that died, click heal, and you're all set. Or you can find a village, which is a lot easier if you go ahead and download the mod Improve Villages, which I showcased in my last episode, where you'll be able to find, what is this? A Poke Center! When you find a Poke Center, you'll be able to go ahead and press this button, go on in, then you have a little lady behind this counter that will be able to help you out. You have the PC computer that you'll be able to store your Pokemobs in. You have the Poke Center, which I showed you earlier. You can put your Pokemobs in there so you can heal them. And you have a trading table, which is more likely to be used in a server. You can also find Pokemarts in these villages now, where you'll be able to just walk on in and you see this merchant here. If I could get through the door, go right up to him, Merchant Wade, Click on him and he sells stuff that is related to Pokecraft. You can even sometimes find trainers on your travels where you can go ahead and battle them in order to defeat them and gain some experience. You may be wondering if Pokemobs actually spawn in areas that pertain to their type, and in fact they do. As you see in the stone area, we have Geodude spawning. This is the type of thing you can see in all over your world in all the different biomes. And just like in the games, you'll be able to find things that were actually in the games, like the Water Stone, Fire Stone, Leaf Stone, all these different kind of things that you'll be able to evolve your Pokemobs with. You also have a bunch of different types of Pokecubes, things that you can catch with certain types of Pokemobs. These things are all integrated very well into this mod, and I feel that this guy did a really amazing job. So at this point, you might be kind of wanting to relive your childhood, or at least from, in my case, my childhood, when downloading these kinds of mods and not really enjoying them in the actual Minecraft area. Maybe you want a map that kind of pertains to everything, don't you? Well, then I got the thing for you. It's not perfect by any means, but it was made for version 1.10. It is kind of compatible with 1.11. It is called Pokemon Kanto Region 1.10 by Deathball 13. Now, the reason I say it's only kind of compatible is because this map was made so that you can't be in creative mode. Well, when you're not in creative mode and you go into this Pokemart where you'll be able to get some food and you click on the button to get food, it does not give you food. It also means when you want to go ahead and go on the train station to get to the Kanto regions, you can't because you're not able to get a Minecraft cart. The thing is, you'll have to change your settings from survival to creative manually by doing this. Hitting the escape button, going to open to LAN. When you're open to LAN, you can switch it to creative, allow cheats on, and start LAN world. Now, it's acting like you're hosting your own server with no one else on it, just yourself, but now you can go ahead and switch in between creative, survival, adventure, anything you want. Now that you'll be able to set it in creative mode where you can go ahead and get some things, then you can actually start it off in this map the right way. You'll be able to go right to Pallet Town. This map was laid out perfectly. There is so much detail into the terrain and the areas that you would actually travel that mimic exactly how it was in the first games of Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. There are even some really good intricate puzzles that are built in some of the main buildings that you needed to go in the original games that had puzzles in them in order to get a special item to proceed further into the game. This map also includes the areas for Sinnoh and Hoenn. So seriously guys, check this out. This map is amazing. There is so much detail that pertains to the games that were played on the Game Boys and stuff like that. This guy did an amazing job. And of course, go and catch them all. Alright guys, those were all the mods I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you check them out and you let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. I really enjoyed them myself because I love Pokemon growing up, and just getting these mods as this map pack really brought back some memories. So also, please subscribe to my channel. It's going to really help it grow, and it will go ahead and give you a lot of ideas and a lot of mod ideas to check out every weekend. Thanks again. Peace!